welcome back to whatever this is. Yeah. Oh, no, that is not what I intended to do. Whatever. So, this episode, Yellow is economically unstable. Their economy is failing, and that's going on in the north, and they are very angry. So, they decide to do more poor economic decisions. They actually decide to have a war against these people for access to coastline. Because, the economic thing. It is shells, and they don't get to produce any of their own money. I mean, that's not a problem, but the thing is that people who have the money printed, because this is not a very fair world, they end up with the money. Even though these people are selling the most and technically gaining the most, these people are also making a lot, and Blue is way closer to Lime, and Lime has a vast empire. So, these guys take the land, and these guys are like, what the heck? It just happens that they were actually moving troops over here to supply these guys. So those troops end up attacking this because they notice that there are troops who should not be there. And this starts a full-on war. They go back and forth, and these guys decide to give themselves an advantage by expanding here and taking the natural resource and sparse nomads and using them in the war. But this distracts them for a second, so Lime gets ever closer to their capital, and they finally decide to cross the river. Now the river is crossed. These people are like, whoa, we're in danger. So they move all of their troops from up here, because there were some, and move them down here. And this war is going pretty back and forth now. It's not really getting anywhere. And the Lime team is running out of supplies because they still need to siphon off at least half of those troops over to here. And these people aren't being very cooperative. So they try going out here. But then, because of their new land, the Yellows cut them off. And they make a secret deal with these guys not to let any troops through their borders. Through some sort of deal that actually makes sense. And the guys have no idea there's a plot going on to make them not go over here. So then these people, they end up gaining some land over these and get pretty close to their capital. And they're able to expand up here in their nomad lands of exploring and stuff. And then these guys are like, And these guys are also pretty angry because Yellows might stop the shell trade thingy. So they agree to help the Lime team in the war. And they send their troops over. And instead of increasing the land, they just sort of remove the Yellow team's hold on the land. So then it becomes, definitely not neutral, but not owned land. And they continue some battles down the border. So now the borders are pretty empty because no one was, there because no one owned it. Anyways, they're helping with the troops, but then the Blues say, we actually have to move our troops. No, actually, we'll keep helping you, and we'll use all our troops if you allow us to have the pink people, because they're under your control. If we get the pink, and also you can keep this bit, but we will keep helping you in the war and let you have all the land you gain. So they continue on, and the yellows keep pushing. They make it to the coast, and they end up attacking the blues. And they essentially have a defensive pact. So, but it's not necessary because they easily defeat the yellow troops. And now they're actually really angry at them. So troops move over and around the unowned land and encircle all the troops there and this massive battle. And they're getting very close to the capital, so the yellow team surrenders. And with the surrender, these guys, they end up getting to own the land. It's our land now. And because they lost in a war, they also get that. And these guys are significantly reduced. And they don't get to do whatever their plan was, because they had a plan. And these guys get to keep all of this, which is a very substantial amount of land. Very important bits of land as well. The yellows realize that their capital is dangerously close, but there's also nowhere for them to put it. So they become very scared and end up giving away their land to other people in exchange for defensive treaties, where if they get attacked, their troops come in. And man, did they give away a lot of land. And they were also going to expand into this area, but now they're mostly unable to do that because of their now weakened state. These people also get some very valuable land. Now the purples are seeking some more land from the reds. Anyways, these people become much more safe with some, actually a pretty good lack of people in the north, because, a lot of people died. It's pretty intense, also pretty short, but intense war. Also, these guys get this, because otherwise their capital is literally like 2 inches. Also, their capital is so close to unowned land, I'm surprised. It's just very surprising. Anyways, they expand here, and they were planning to expand to all of this. But these guys end up getting it, of course. They circle around, and they make a border so these guys can't expand anymore. And they continue to expand into this unowned land. And now they're able to cross the border cross over without the orange team people. So they're becoming a bit more friendly. And also with the deal, because most of the troops were blue team troops, or blue people troops, the partial ownership of the country is given to the blues, but just a bit before, these guys had conquered a ton of land. And these guys and the limes didn't really know about this until their colony informed them. So they decided that land was not included in the treaty, and that land should go to these people. But they're not allowed that land because that land is not allowed. So these people are sort of angry because they didn't get exactly what they wanted. And they're also allowed to keep this, so they're pretty confused on what the blues actually wanted. Because this area right here is very useful in trading, and that's obviously what the blue team wants, right? I mean, it is what the blue team wants. That's what the blue team wants. They want trading. What could they possibly have up their sleeve? Oh, also I'm gonna do like little tiny dots for ownership. So, boop. Oh, wrong layer. Darn it. Take all of this land, and the people are confused about what they actually want. Well, the blues, I guess they got whatever they wanted. And now they sort of own this country. And these guys, I mean, they were sort of about to rebel, but now they are once again under their control. And this country is very influenced by them, but it's not under their control. They are independent. Speaking of that, these people expand over and they meet these nomads, and the nomads don't realize the difference between the lime troops and these troops, so they accidentally attack them, but then they realize they're not the same. So as a gift for accidentally attacking them, they're gifted a ton of land, and without knowing, they take land up to here, and they know, oh, this is the Lime Team thing, but the Lime Team's angry because, or like these teams are sort of, these people are angry because they wanted that land. That land was going to become theirs. Anyways, the limes expand just a bit to meet up with these. And these guys are granted the rest of the land. And that little weird pokey bit. And this land is still not owned by anyone. This is odd. And the red team wants to expand their claims, but they are not willing to give that up. I mean, it's not as valuable, but they say that's not fair. It's not fair stuff. Anyways, these guys finally meet up with the rumors of gold. This time, rightfully under blue control, so they actually gained that, and the lime team has been cut off, so they're pretty annoyed about that. Anyways, they find the gold and they begin digging there, but then the nomads meet them and they're like, whoa, that's crazy. So then troops get moved down here and they attack the nomads. And now there's a full-on war with the nomads. They all really hate each other and think each other are terrible people and should stop doing what they're doing. Anyways, these guys capture a little village, I guess. Not really a village, but like some tents. That was very important. And they go up the waters and they find the headwaters and decide that they conquer all of this land, not even knowing how close they are to that. And they just continue on through here until the nomads get some decent resistance, but these guys still take a ton of land very quickly, and the nomads are very scared. But instead of running away, they end up attacking, and this time they attack further than they already owned. They march into here, not even caring about who they're attacking. They also attack these guys. And they go across and attack these. So now there's a full-scale war with this, I guess, now united thing. And these guys don't want to lose it, and these guys, they're pretty quiet. So they are actually allowed to move into this land because, I mean, they don't want their people who are moving there, because they are, to get attacked by these nomads. And now that the nomad war has started, there's already a nomad war here. Everyone hates nomads. And moving around is deemed illegal in some places. Also, these guys finally find the island and they meet up. And they end up capturing it. But the island still sort of wants that independence. Also, they buy this for some protection, potato something money. Like, not tribute, but like, we won't side with the other people money. And they also sail over here and capture this, and sail over here and capture this. And with the complicated nomad wars and sort of fall of the yellows, that concludes today's episode. I mean, like, the second half of today's episode. The end.